Once upon a time, there was a young man who worked in a factory. An older technician took him under his wing, teaching him to be more economical with words, act efficiently, and never stop improving his skills in all aspects of factory operations. After 10 years, the mentor retired, and the young man took on the role of technician, continuing his tasks with the same dedication and diligence he had been taught. One day, the young man visited his mentor, and the older man noticed he seemed unhappy. Curious, the mentor asked what was bothering the young man. Sighing, the young man expressed his frustration at faithfully following instructions over the years. Despite this, colleagues with less experience and skills had been promoted, while he still received a modest salary similar to his apprentice days. The mentor asked if the young man was sure he hadn't become dispensable to the factory, and the young man nodded in agreement. Reflecting for a moment, the mentor suggested the young man take a day off for self-care, using any reason he wished. Surprised by the advice, the young man thanked his mentor and immediately requested the day off. Upon returning to work after the break, the manager called him for a meeting. The manager informed him that things hadn't gone well in the factory during his absence, and colleagues faced many problems they couldn't solve without him. Recognizing his importance, the manager decided to promote him to the position of senior technician as a token of appreciation and encouragement to continue his excellent work. Grateful for his mentor's wisdom, the young man understood that this was the true secret to success. From that point on, whenever he felt deserving of more than he was receiving, he would take a day off. Upon returning, the situation would improve, bringing greater satisfaction. This pattern continued for months until one day, to his shock, the young man discovered he was barred from entering the factory. His job had been terminated. Unable to believe what had happened and unsure of what to do, he sought out his mentor to understand how things had gone so wrong. With wounded pride, he asked if he had followed all the instructions correctly. The mentor shook his head, explaining that the young man had only understood half of the lesson. With a metaphor, the mentor clarified that nobody pays attention to a light bulb that is always on. It's only when it goes out that people suddenly notice and realize they had taken it for granted. The young man had hastily applied this understanding without listening to the second, more crucial half of the lesson. The mentor emphasized that in life, we have friends and family we take for granted, assuming they'll always be there. But what if one day they're not? We shouldn't wait for that day to suddenly realize how important they are. We should be grateful today for the fortune of having them in our lives, and at the same time, we shouldn't allow ourselves to be taken for granted. We should do our work and not give up, just because things don't go our way. Finding balance in life is crucial, and life will reward us in return. This is the motivation to keep moving forward. Thank you for watching, and remember, the journey begins in your mind.